I'm going to duck out for a couple of seconds to see if I can get Frank's wife's pre-app 1003 to show you guys. So that said, take it away, TJ.
Cool. Thank you so much, Brian. So, all right, well, this is going to be I don't want to say a quick webinar, because every time we say it's going to be quick, it obviously turns into a extremely long, or we go over time. But this really stems from the conversation we had with Drew. Drew, you can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, and I'm going to keep myself muted until you ask me questions, okay?
All right, well, look, man, if you hear me say something that and you want to add to it, just please go ahead and jump in. Just kind of me flying solo right now. I'm used to Fish cutting me off midway through a presentation, so if you could play the role of Fisher, I'd certainly appreciate that.
No problem.
But this really stems from the conversation that we had last week. And, one of the things that we spoke about was I'm a big fan of pre-app 10.3, but I was barely scratching the surface with it. I was using it for some stuff. I was including my listing booster, but when we started talking, you're telling me all the cool stuff that could be done with this, and then we started reaching out to some other really kick-ass LOs that we work with, we know, and we started finding out some of the best demonstrated practices that they were doing, what they were using. So that's kind of what this presentation is about. And like I said, I want to say it's a fairly simple presentation, but that's not to speak negatively about pre-app, because we think it's awesome. It's just that we think that you guys have built this out in such a way that us as loan originators and marketers can seamlessly incorporate it into the day-to-day activities we should already be doing, and it makes it extremely simple to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Just share some of the stuff that we're doing, some stuff that we suggest here. So, and Drew, here you go. This is the don't drive a Ferrari down a dirt road comment that you made multiple times when we spoke last week. Fisher found a great presentation here. A great picture to demonstrate that, and I really do think that's a lot of folks are doing with pre-app, just like I was. So let's go ahead and see what we want to talk about here today. Quickly, these are just 5 times that you should absolutely be incorporating your pre-app into your conversation or into your systems, into your follow-up. So 1 is going to be on initial contact. 2, it's obviously within Listing Booster itself, which is super simple to do. 3, in your email follow-up series. 4, within social media. And 5, in your Listing Booster launch presentations. If you don't know what a launch presentation is, I'm going to go ahead and show that. I'll touch base on that fairly quickly here. So, all right, 1, an initial contact. So every time you get a text opt-in, whether it's from Craigslist, whether it's from SignRider, whether it's from somebody visiting, opting in via Facebook, wherever the case may be, and you get a phone number, you want to make sure that you're texting your pre-app link to that person immediately, and you want to do it within minutes, not hours. And that's regardless of what type of lead you have. And we've all seen the statistics time and time and time again as far as what the erosion ratio is of a lead, from if you get it immediately to if you get it 2 hours later to if you wait a day or 2. So make sure that you're texting that pre-app link. So you want to include your pre-app short code on every voicemail that you leave. And this is really a BDP, a best demonstrated practice for anyone that hasn't necessarily applied with you yet. If you're leaving that voicemail, just tell them, say, hey, by the way, also, if you want to go ahead, if you can't get in touch with me right now, if it's an inconvenient time for you, simply you can either have it go to our website, TJB Home Loans, or text TJB to, was it Drew, 48421, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, 48421 is the short code.
Yep. So
and I love that idea, by the way. I haven't been doing that. I love the idea of leaving on voicemail.
Yeah, I mean, it's so simple. And, I mean, heck, some of us are using services like SlideDial, right? So, which is shooting right to someone's voicemail. Include that in your SlideDial message. So, obviously, include your pre-app link in every email. I want to touch base with that a little bit later. And I think this is the most important piece, whether we're talking about using this within Listing Booster, using pre-app with another, in conjunction with another service, or just using pre-app as your main marketing source. Make sure that your pre-app is set up and fully functional. I think that's one of the biggest issues that we've seen, and Drew, that's what we discussed last week with this, is making sure that your Ferrari is fully functional, right? So, all right, so here is a quick testimonial from Kelly Belcher in Michigan. So initial contact, we say, don't forget the simple stuff. This is a quote. I text these clients after the first initial phone call and use the intro video to give them instruction. There's a script you can use on the pre-app site. This helps me a ton, and also keeps my support documents organized for myself and my processor. Easy upload, no questions or complaints from my clients. I love how the system asks clients who referred them along with their phone number so I can text and thank them. Super cool. So this is just basic stuff. And what, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I know different generations, different age groups, whatever the case is, we're all comfortable with something. I'm 43, almost 44 years old. I prefer the phone. I always prefer to speak to somebody on the phone. You know, but this generation or younger, you know, my age and younger, you know, really, they're all about text messaging, and they're comfortable with text messaging. These are people that are comfortable sharing their information over, you know, over their smartphone. This is also one of the preferred ways of communication in many cases. So make sure you're texting them this information, thanking them, include your short code, include your link. But you saw, I mean, you've seen this testimonial over here. Thank you so much for the referral. Get back as soon as your client is pre-qualified. So pretty cool. This is a trick that Fisher showed me. Actually, I think we actually got it from a previous coaching group we were a part of. But if you use an iPhone, it is so simple to go ahead and set up a text replacement, a short phrase, or shortcut, I should say, within your iPhone. You know, you simply go ahead and go to your keyboards in your settings, and you can basically create or write a pre-written text message, and then you can use your shortcut as pre-app 1003. So someone texts you, or you get a text, you know, opt-in, you just hit on that phone number, and you put your shortcut, you type pre-app 1003, and then your message is going to pop up, you know, whatever it's going to be. It could be like, hey, thanks so much for your inquiry, you know, or hey, this is TJ Barker. Thanks so much for your inquiry. If you have any questions, please let me know. Additionally, if you want to see what you qualify for, you know, simply text, you know, TJB to 48421, or you can put your link in there if you have a web link. I have TJB Home Loans that forwards right to my pre-app right there. So super simple, makes your life so much easier if you can do that. And remember when we spoke about responding in minutes, not hours? If you have, and Fisher did the shortcut pre-app 1003. You know, I would do something like even simpler than that. I just like have it as 1003. You know, something that's super simple. So I hit 4 buttons and hit send, and that message is going out. So the other thing, this is our buddy the Husk Bus up in Philadelphia, at least up for me because I'm in Baltimore. So you want to go ahead and make sure, as I said, that you are completely set up. This video, and Drew, jump in here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's what, you timed this video to be like 34 seconds, something of that nature.
Yeah, the suggested script it's about 34 seconds. And I just want to add, guys, if you know, don't read the script verbatim. You're going to sound very mechanical. The script is a guideline that we try to give you an example of what to say, some points to hit, but make it, you know, personalize it for yourself. Don't be mechanical, and when you talk to the camera, imagine yourself greeting your customer, okay? Because you know you want it to be warm. You want to connect with them. So again, don't just read it. We have had many customers that they just read it, and it sounds very awkward and mechanical. Use it as a guideline, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, read the script, kind of internalize it, make it your own, be comfortable with it. And the reason why that in this video is so important is because when you are posting your listing booster pages and the links, and you're getting 50, 75, 100, 200 opt-ins, you know, every week, every weekend. These are cold right now, right? This is the easiest way for you to get something out to them where they're getting to know you. They're seeing who you are. They're deciding whether they trust you off of an email. You're giving them the opportunity to reach out to you. Email, text message. They can pick up the phone and call you. But remember, the whole thing in sales is we do business with people we know, like, and trust. We talk about this all the time. So if someone's opted in and then you're following up at a later time and you're showing them, you know, the link, and they click on the link and then they see the video, I think you have a stronger chance or a greater chance of actually converting them into a warm conversation when they see this. Maybe they're not going to go ahead and fill it out. Maybe they're not going to go ahead and give you their date of birth, social security number, you know, and income, you know, from a listing booster opt-in, and you're doing an email back to them or text message back to them. But it's certainly going to increase your chances of moving that further along in the sales cycle. So, like Drew said, be clear and concise in the video. If you check it out, there is a we did this pre-app webinar we spoke about, and part of it, when we went through there, we showed the borrower toolbox, how to set this up, where to set this up, and the script on here. And you can see our buddy, the Hus Bus here, JP, he is all about branding. It's all about building a name for himself. He's got the t-shirts, he's got the logo, he's got the sign behind him. I think this is all awesome stuff right there. So make sure you get in there. As I said, you're fully setting this up and taking advantage of it. So, all right, let's move on to Listing Booster. So if you are in your Listing Booster page, you can see you actually have links for your pre-app 1003. So you have your pre-app 1003 URL. You can go ahead and punch that in. That means essentially what's going to happen is when that initial email goes out, when someone opts in, it's coming from the realtor, but it's going to have a link to apply online for your pre-app. So again, just another opportunity for someone that's opting in. If you're doing it right, so these hundreds of people every single week opting in to see these properties, you're capturing their information. Just another opportunity for you to have your link in front of them. Additionally, you see where Fisher has his slogan on the payment page. It's text MTF loans 48421 to get started. So this is just more opportunities to put your short code, to put your information out in front of people in an attempt to go ahead and capture this. And one of the things let's clarify here, remember, it's not just somebody filling out the form. Obviously, that's what we want. That's our ultimate goal. But we still want to capture people's information because it all starts with a conversation, whether it's via email, text message, or over the phone or in person, right? We need to capture information so we, as good salespeople, as good prospecting salespeople, have the opportunity to get in front of people, to follow up with them, and increase our chances of capturing that business for ourselves. This is one of the things I talk about all the time, with Listing Booster and these opt-ins. There is a reason that someone is opting in, right? Maybe it's just they're a peeping Tom and they want to see what the house looks like, but there's a reason why. Someone who has zero interest in purchasing a home, they're not opting in. Again, occasionally, if it's a house down the street or if it's some multi-million-dollar mansion, they want to see what the craziness is. The craziness is within that house. Like the post that's been going around lately, I'm sure you guys have seen it, of some place in Texas that's got just like overflowing with collectibles and trinkets and mannequins and deer heads and all this other kind of crazy stuff. That's kind of like the peeping Tom. So people are just looking to see what's going on. But someone who's looking at the the standard split foyer, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Bel Air, Maryland, for the most part, there is some type of interest in there because there's not that wow factor, that sizzle factor with that property.
Hey, TJ, just real quickly, I was setting up Frank's phone so we could show you what this other one looks like. So I'm parachuting in on this, but I can't even believe we never even thought of this. So you're going to Listing Booster page settings, and you're putting all your pre-app stuff in there.
Right.
Now, do you have a sample of a single property website or of a virtual tour where we can see that?
Let me see if we can do that real quick.
Now, this is really interesting because one of the places you can put it, just so it has some type of integration, if you think of your virtual tours on your, and I'll go ahead and show it to you, but if you think of the questions that you have on your virtual tours on Listing Booster, there's 2 or 3 extra spots that you have there where you can go ahead and you can add any type of questions. You can actually add any type of statement if you choose to. So you could put your get qualified there. You could actually change the squeeze page. So what happens with Listing Booster, guys, is and again, I'm parachuting in here, but every one of your links on Listing Booster has an automatic default to a squeeze page, a generic squeeze page. You can go ahead and change any of those out, and I'm assuming that's what you just did here. You're changing out one of those squeeze pages to your pre-app 1003 qualification page.
It's just the payment page. Yep.
Yeah, can we see that real quick? I'd just be curious. It's really cool.
Go ahead and log in here, and that's a Fisher move. So we're actually going to go ahead and do it ourselves right from the beginning. So just go down here to links to social media, slogan on payment page. Just bear with me here. We'll go ahead and get hopped in, or hop in.
Now, if you're doing it on your profile, it's going to put that on every one of the listings, correct?
Yep, it should, absolutely. As long as you have show the LO information on here. Come on. Hold on, looks like Mike does not have show the LO information on here, so let me update that real quick.
Drew, while we're doing this, Drew, if you can answer this real quickly, Luke says, can I put the URL link into my own company's app where it says Preapp 1003?
Yeah, because Preapp 1003 is a web-based product, we do give you the URL link for both the actual application or pre-qual form and the document upload link as well. So those can be embedded, iframed in your current website. They could be embedded on your email signatures. So the simple answer is yes, it can be.
All right. So of course you put me on the spot here, and I have my one guy here who chose not to show my information, and I do not remember where to click to add that.
Andrew, we're going to figure this out on the fly here.
Yep, I love it.
Andrew, okay, so we want to take TJ's pre-app link and we want to replace one of the squeeze pages on Listing Booster. So rather than default to the squeeze page, it'll default to the Preapp 1003 page. Where would he put that link in? Let's say on the virtual tours. Okay, so we go to a virtual tour.
You can add up to 5 links on the right of the virtual tour.
Right. Yeah. And we can add what those links are going to default to.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's what we want to do.
Okay, yeah. So just hit default settings.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, hold on a second here, guys. I'm going to take the screen back over.
Okay.
But doing these things every week, guys, what we're doing right now is we're troubleshooting a really brilliant idea that TJ came up with.
This is cool. Sure.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screen back over. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, can you guys see my screen right now?
We got it.
Okay. So let's go into here. And TJ, in the question box down below, stick your link in there. Your URL.
Yep, it's in right now.
All right. Oh, I cleared my stuff. What's the password for this?
Try more money. Try money.
Oh, we did it.
So
Okay.
go into any agent account, so go to your agent.
Okay, so let's try this right here, guys. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Angie Agent.
We're going to go to default settings right there in the top row.
Okay, we're going to go over to default settings.
And then just scroll down to the very bottom.
Okay. Okay, I'm scrolling down.
There you go. Add links. You can add up to 5 links here.
Okay, so I put it over here, like right over here.
Exactly. So you could put so the URL link name could be like get pre-approved or.
Okay, so I could put up as well. What I would want to put up is I'm going to put up TJ's code. I don't know what it is, but we'll just throw TJ's code, and we'll go 48 text TJ 2 48421. Then I'm going to go here, and let's see if down here in the question box, let's see. TJ, did you give me your link?
Yep, I sent it over to you
Where'd you send it to?
in the chat box.
You see TJ down here in the chat box? Oh, sorry, down here. Okay, my bad. All right, so let's grab this bad boy. All right, put it down here.
And then,
Hit apply, I would assume.
yeah, just keep scrolling down, hit update,
Okay.
and then apply settings to all properties.
Okay.
So now if you go check out a listing,
Okay. We just learned how to play a new song, Virtual Tour.
Yep.
Oh, I got my. Okay.
and you should see it on right there.
Right here. Check it out, guys. Loan officer pre-approval application.
Or go back. It's that tab. Go to default settings. I think we forgot to hit apply. Just scroll down to the bottom again and hit apply.
Update.
Apply.
Oh. Okay.
And then try refreshing the virtual tour.
Okay. Now let's refresh.
There you go.
Bang! Right here. Now when we click on this, it's going to take you right to your pre-app page.
Nice, that's awesome. I wasn't even thinking about that, taking that approach. That's I like that a lot.
Now, let me ask you this, Andrew, since we got you here. And guys, again, like I said, we're writing a new song. Okay, so we have this right here, finance options. Oh, submit inquiry. So there's no way we can't swap this out, can we?
Well, there's another feature that we have that's initially intended for Matterport tours. You may have heard about it before.
Okay.
Go back into Listing Booster for me real quick. It's going to be one tab over to your left at the top there.
Okay, hang tight. So I hope you guys are seeing this because this is a really cool thing. We're going to try to see if we can figure
And what
something.
you're going to do is you're going to go to Manage Listings. So we're in an agent account.
Okay,
here.
so we're going to go into Manage Listings.
And you're going to scroll down a little bit until you see Edit My Listing on the right
Okay.
and hit that and green.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so edit my
And
listing.
we're going to hit Virtual Tour.
Virtual tour. Okay.
Now, there's going to be a section, scroll all the way down. Here we go. I would like to replace my virtual tour.
Okay, we're going to replace our virtual tour.
And put the pre-app link in there.
Okay.
So hit save.
Let's see what this does.
And now go back to the property website and just refresh it.
Was that the same one?
Yep. Or actually double check which one we just edited. Scroll down.
We did this one, didn't we?
No, you did the bottom one.
We did. Are you sure?
So
Okay.
it's going to be 100 Paradise Code.
So I'm going to go to the website.
And then hit virtual tour.
Okay. Okay, so we
So
can.
you could potentially replace like the virtual tour.
Okay. So that's okay. So
But
what
we
we.
also link to the virtual tour on Trulia and Zillow. Don't forget. So,
I know, but could we change this verbiage out here?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do, guys.
Initially intended for Matterport, but
I know,
yeah.
but if we just change these words here, okay.
We could.
So you guys give me a show of hands here. Can we add another button
Sure.
Okay.
Something to ask.
or lose a video? Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, on our single property websites is we're going to put a get pre-qualified here. Okay. So we're going to have it. So see, what we did is basically I took our virtual tour. Virtual tours are useless to me. What I'm going to do is we'll have a get pre-qualified button, and when you click that get pre-qualified button, what it will do is it'll take you to TJ's pre-app 1003. So
I like
what
that.
we'll do, so what we'll have,
Okay.
that's totally slick. This is totally badass. So what we're going to do is we will have a link to the pre-app 1003 pre-qualification page on the single property website, and we already have it on the virtual tours. Again, we're recording this, so if it seems like it's all combobulated and screwed up right now, there's a reason for that. We literally just figured out how to do this. But what a great way to have these two things integrated. So we're going to make this very, very, yeah, we'll have it on both. So now not only do you get all the benefit from pre-app 1003 and all the great stuff that it has, but we're going to have an integration to it on our single property websites, which we can theoretically do right now by just changing a couple words. And we will also have, and you can also put it right now on your virtual tours if you choose to. And I think that's just a remarkably simple thing to do. If you do it in your settings in your profile, it's going to apply to every one of your listings. And it's just getting you guys out there in one more place, which is really, really cool. Now, the question of compliance is going to come up. Once they're clicking over to the Pre-App 1003, you know, we have gone over compliance all the way around. We've gone over security all the way around. So what's happening here is it's just simply linking you, and it's passing you off to Pre-App 1003, and they've got some of the best data, actually the best data security you're going to get in the entire country as far as people giving away personal information. So this is just, again, a handoff from Listing Booster to Pre-App 1003 with a real nice integration to it. And so, yeah, so we'll have this for you. And again, you can start doing this right when you get off the phone and get this thing on all your virtual tours in a matter of moments. And again, it's all recorded on the webinar. So that's pretty slick. Okay, anyway, so let me hand the screen off back to you, or where are you at with your whole thing?
Cool. We got a few more minutes. We'll get this thing wrapped up here, but I'm with you, Brian. I think virtual tours are a joke at this point because they're just pictures stitched together. I mean, it's one thing if someone's going out there and doing an actual video or something of that nature to add to it to make it a little bit different. But,
right.
You know, as I said, I mean, come on, in this day and age, no one should just be putting a virtual tour out there. It's just a bunch of pictures linked together.
Right.
So I think it's a great call. So, all right. So my screen should be back up here. So we will quickly go through this because, like I said in the beginning, what you think is going to be a quick presentation, then Brian comes in and throws an audible on us. So email marketing. So at this point, you guys should know how to take all these leads that you're getting, downloading them as a CSV file, getting them into your autoresponder. We are a big believer in automating your marketing. You know, LionDesk, ActiveCampaign, and Zapier are the three tools that we use. LionDesk and ActiveCampaign, you know, do the same thing. But so either LionDesk and Zapier or ActiveCampaign and Zapier. You also have the LionDesk integration with this. And this isn't a full email marketing course or webinar, but you want to have your pre-app information in a couple different spots. You want to build the short code into the body of your email and your link into your signature, or vice versa, because different people respond to different things in different ways. So make sure that you have it in there. Just best demonstrated practice when it comes to marketing or sending these emails, again, use some type of video email. You know, whether you're, real quick, easy way to do this is you don't need a special service or something of that nature. You take a picture, you put a picture of a play button on top of it, transparent. You put that picture into your email provider, you link that to your video. There you go, you got a video email. It's super simple to do. People want to click on it thinking it's a video, and then it'll actually take them to wherever you're hosting that video, be it YouTube or Vimeo or your personal website or whatever it is. But incorporate video into your email, much like Brian's Yelp strategy or Frank's B2B strategy. And then, of course, write compelling headlines to get people to look and open up your email. This is a soapbox I've been on recently, is not sending out the same canned email newsletter that everybody sends out. I think I use this example every single week. Once a month on a Sunday evening, I get 3 to 4 emails from different Keller Williams agents at the same time with the same headline with the same email. And I ignore every single one of them. So write a compelling headline, make your email contents compelling, intriguing, interesting. You know, use the Yelp strategy, but include your pre-app in there, so again, you're getting a better opportunity of someone forwarding that on, someone who might be looking for a home, or someone actually applying themselves. So, all right, number 4, social media. Our buddy Eddie Van Halen showed this to us. So this is just something that he has on his social media. You know, fall in love with a home and don't know where to start, text ES Home to 48421 to see if you qualify. If you want to piss Ed off, everyone that's watching this can certainly go ahead and do that, and that will blow him up. Please don't do that. He will get mad. But make sure that your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your YouTube, whatever it is that you're promoting yourself with, Instagram, that you're putting this out there. The more sets of eyeballs that see this, the more opportunity, the greater opportunity you have to capture someone's information and put it out there. So for those of you who are a little bit more advanced and you're doing some type of Facebook advertising or Google AdWords or something of that nature, Pre-App actually has built in an opportunity where you can put your Google Analytics code or your Facebook Pixel code in here to capture that, and then you can retarget and go back to these people. So if you think about it, we have the Pixel built into Listing Booster, right? So everyone who clicks on that, you're capturing their information. And now we just showed you, Brian just figured out on the fly how we can add the button for people to click to go ahead and go directly to your Pre-App site right there. And now you can capture those people as well. And so no one fills that out. Let's say they don't fill out your Pre-App, but you've captured their information. You now have segmented how you want to go ahead and advertise to them. You can run additional opportunities or additional ads to them, new listings. You can direct listings that are coming up from your real estate agents to a particular area. You can direct whatever type of ad that you want. Knowing people that have gone through your Listing Booster page onto your Pre-App page, because you're tracking all that information and retargeting, extremely powerful. Definitely an advanced thing, probably not something we can go over in a few minutes on a weekly webinar, but I think that would be an extremely powerful strategy right there. And then finally, as I said earlier, go ahead and make sure that's included in your social media and your videos on your YouTube. Look, this is what I was talking about. That's just a picture of a video I did. We put the apply today, text TJB to 48421 in there, and in this we just put that transparent play button over top of it, which I found on Google. So you don't need, it's super simple to find. And you can build that into your emails that go out. Add it to your videos, add it to any type of media that somebody's want to see. Because again, it's all about capturing their information and getting an opportunity to speak with them. So, all right, and finally, and this is where a lot of this started. We started with this last week. I do what's called a Listing Booster launch presentation. A lot of this comes from our buddy Tony Byrne up in the Pacific Northwest. When we go and we meet with agents, to initially discuss Listing Booster and why they need to work with us, I have one slide that I built into this. One of the things that I talk about is I kind of do a little bit of self-promotion, and I say 4 reasons to use TJ for your mortgage needs, and the 4 reasons are, one is basically how awesome I am. I list all my accomplishments and things of that nature, kind of the little ego page. 2, it's because of how I process and do my files. 3, it's my use of technology, and I talk about different things. And then I get to the one slide, and the first thing I do is say, hey, everyone have a smartphone? Of course, everyone says yes. I say, okay, pull up a text message, punch in the number 48421, and then I want you to text TJB. And then I wait 15, 20 seconds. Everybody gets my Pre-App 1003, the automated response. They click on it. Everybody is wowed by it. So at this point, I'm showing them what we're doing to help promote their listings, how we're helping them generate new leads, how we're helping them build their database, and I'm showing them that we embrace technology and how easy it is going to be for them to go ahead and get their customers to apply. And then I do a quick presentation on Pre-App 1003, always talking about my go-to presentation is talk about how my kids are in Taekwondo, how we travel up and down or through the Mid-Atlantic, for Taekwondo tournaments constantly. But if you have someone that's in Pre-App 1003, I can go ahead and get them pre-qualified on the spot. So there's no text message from me saying, hey, I'll be back in Maryland in 3 hours, or hey, go ahead and I'll get my assistant or my partner to go ahead and do this. I say, give me 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and get this wrapped up for you. And I can go ahead, get into Pre-App, I can go ahead, pull their credit, take a look at it, get it knocked out. All right, who the heck just opted in? But hopefully you see the power of this. So there's so much more you can do with Pre-App. And again, we'll put a link in Mortgage Shop Skills in the group. There's already one, but we'll update it for the webinar we did with Drew last week, so you can see some of the different ins and outs of Pre-App 1003, how powerful it is. Talking about the pre-qualification letter, which is the big piece I talked about. Say, I can be at a tournament, watch my daughter kick some kid in the head, but if you've gone ahead and if your guys already applied, they can get the pre-qualification letter on demand up to a certain point, or I can go ahead and work it right here. So it's pretty slick, pretty great way to do it.
There's a ton. There's so much functionality inside Pre-App 1003. I mean, it's a webinar, which frankly we could do next week. What I want everyone to do right now is pick up your phone, your micro supercomputer, and let's do this right now. So text 48421, everybody, 48421. We're going to capture all your information, but we're not going to call you. We already got your information because you're here. And then your text code, or the message you're going to text, is Brenda, B-R-E-N-D-A. So 48421 to Brenda. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you guys over to my other computer and just kind of show this to you. So hang tight. I'm going to take a walk.
All right.
All right, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Speak up a little louder, though.
All right, can you guys hear me?
We can just overhear you just a little bit, Brian. Brian, we can barely hear you. We can just hear you talk. We can't really hear what you're saying.
Hold on, don't worry, don't you worry.
Yeah,
you can hear me, right?
Now we got you.
Okay. There's multiple computers here. Not how I intended to do it, but you know.
Yeah, we're getting a little behind the scenes action, huh?
Yeah, welcome to our studio. This is our studio right here. Kind of a neat little place. Okay. So,
Yeah,
I get the screen off over here.
Brenda just got texting going, what's going on? He's got 14 phone numbers.
Yeah. Well, so we got 14 of you guys who did it. That means a lot of you didn't. Okay.
All right.
So how do I share my screen?
Use, oh, here. Hit use new hardware real quick. Show my screen. Just
Right here.
click the button that says show my screen.
Okay, so you get. I'm gonna take that back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So now you guys should be able to hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we got you.
Okay. And are you looking at? Can you see me scrolling right here?
We got your screen here.
Can you see this? Can you see
Yeah.
this scrolling?
Oh no, all we have is your it's like Visor, VYSOR.
Andrew? They need to be able to see this.
What are the?
All right, there we go. Now we're starting to see you move.
Oh, yeah, you're on the.
Okay. So now you can see this over here. Okay.
How about now?
Okay. Are you guys looking at Brenda?
Yep, just popped up.
Okay. So this is Frank Ray's wife. This is her pre-app 1003. And what's really cool here, well, first of all, which you didn't see before, this is the same way on the loan officer one, is right up at top here, guys, is we have a video of Brenda, okay? So everybody who gets this gets to see Brenda, and they get to know her, before they even met her, which is kind of great. Now, what we could do here on the Realtor one is you can view local properties, and here's the link we got set up in here. Check it out. We've got all of our filters here. And then we're breaking it down into cities, so I can go Fairfield, Sassoon, Vacaville, or Winters, which is going to be in her business footprint. And we've got a way to contact Brenda. We can see her feature listings, or we have this any way that we want down here. Dream homes, free market analysis, contact us, about us, everything you could possibly imagine here. So for somebody who's looking for real estate, this is a one-stop shop for real estate. But the cool part is that when you as a loan officer are working with your real estate agents and they use your code, so you send this out to 25 real estate agents that you're working with, and they say, yeah, I want this because I love all the property stuff that you just looked at, it preloads your pre-app 1003 on here. So now what this is this is Frank's son. So as you can see, he's got his video, he's got his pre-app form, which literally you can fill out in just about 10 minutes, with all the just insanely awesome functionality of pre-app 1003. There's his team, again, everything on there, but check it out. So now we can get pre-approved, we can look at all of our different properties here. You can basically take a file from the moment you meet that person to its conclusion and use everything that pre-app offers there. But for the realtors, she also has the Refer Me. So somebody who's got the app, they can refer it out. They could save her information. And look at what we have here. We have see local events. Here's what I was talking about before. So now I'm not doing real estate anymore. Or I already bought my house. It's already done. But I want to find out what's going on. And this is dynamic, so it's updating all the time. So we just showed you the Sacramento one. Well, here it is on our phone. These are the exact same events. So it tells you what the event is. It tells you how to get there, if there's a cost associated with it. It gives you a description of that event. It gives you all the links. And it's got everything over here. We got our Shakespeare Festival. We have our concerts in the park. Bruno Mars is playing. What do you know? So anyways, we have all these great local events that are going on. So anytime I click on this, it's going to always update me. So what we've done here is we've created a means of keeping our mortgage app in front of people. So people know that their local events are on their mortgage app or their real estate app. One of your past clients, family, or friends who's trying to figure out something to do on the weekend can now just go to their real estate app. And what's happening now is that real estate agent is staying in front of this person after the transaction because we found common ground things of interest. And again, what we also have here is the ability to put local discounts. Frank's wife doesn't have it on here right now. But what a cool way to get a real estate app outside of real estate so it becomes relevant every day of the year, not just the day on the year in which you're buying a house. So again, we haven't had a whole bunch of time to go over pre-app 1003, but we did find a really cool way where you can integrate that to your Listing Booster single property websites, a way you can integrate it to your virtual tours. TJ showed us a wonderful little, I didn't even think of it, a wonderful example of taking your pre-app, your personal pre-app short code. So my pre-app short code could be Brian's Loans. My short code could be anything I choose it to be. You text 48421 to whatever short code you choose for yourself, which follows you around like a phone number. TJ brought up that great idea of just putting that at the bottom of a video that you're sending. So you're sending a video to your current clients, your past clients. You want to have that short code on there, so now people are always looking at how they can pre-qualify you. Now, one last point, and I want to get Drew. Drew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so there's one other point that I think is a great tie-in, and stop me if you already heard it. I was trying to set this whole thing up. But, Drew, isn't it true that you can send out 250 text messages through pre-app per month?
Yeah, well, through pre-app agent, yes, that's a feature that as people opt in through texting your keyword through the pre-app agent product, that realtor can then market to that database, scheduling text messages to go out up to 250 per month at that price point. By the way, the price point for pre-app agent is $19.99 per month. If you want to exceed the 250, then we do have tiered pricing if you want to send out more than 250 messages.
Okay, so I want you to consider this, okay? Let's do the math here. You guys in the past, if you've been on these webinars before, you've seen the number of text leads that we've been able to generate. Frank just walked over here and said, hey, Brian, Brenda's wondering why our phone's blowing up right now. It's because of all of you guys, right? So imagine if you're using Listing Booster as a conduit to generate these leads, these text leads. And TJ, how hard is it to generate 250 text leads in Listing Booster?
How many times did I say it today? You can do that in the next 2 hours if you really bust your ass.
Okay, so here's what you do, guys. What you do is you use our strategies in order to generate your text leads. If your agents have the pre-app 1003, so you do all the contact strategies that we've talked about with Listing Booster, you know, the 3 and leave, where you're contacting them 3 different ways. in the first 3 minutes, 3 hours later, and you just put them on your drip forever. Okay, you have whatever contact strategy or drip system or CRM that you're plugging these people into. But in addition to that, let's say 2 months down the road, a month down the road, 2 weeks down the road, you decide that you want to have a little campaign that you want to send out to these what are becoming, tired leads or leads that are kind of falling and becoming stale. Well, now through Pre-App 1003, what you can do is you can blast off 250 text messages every month to these, aging text leads. And the question really becomes, do you think what are the chances you think that you might be able to pick somebody up and dust off that old lead and turn that old prospect into a current client? And the answer is you're going to find them. How do I know this? Because as a listing booster, we generate in excess of 100,000 leads per month. Okay, every single month we're generating over 100,000 leads, all through you guys. No, we don't sell leads at Listing Booster. We never have, we never will. But we have been contacted by, I can't even tell you how many people who've been begging us to sell our leads. They don't even care if they're new leads. They don't care if they're leads that are 6 months old. Because what they do is they'll take these 6 months old leads and they'll put them through call centers. And they'll run them all through. And what they find is a lot of these people who are looking at a house, just because they're looking doesn't mean they buy that moment. They might buy 6 months later. And so that call becomes very timely 6 months later, okay? So what they do is they're turning these into good leads, they're buying them at a discount, and then they're selling them off at a premium, okay? Again, they don't care if they're 6 months, 8 months, 9 months old, because there's a lot of money in those leads. They buy them for, 25 cents a lead, and they sell them for $50 a lead, okay, after they put them through the call center. So having Pre-App 1003, having that capability of sending out 250 text messages at no additional money for your agents, you blow these things off, every month. You put your 250 out there. I guarantee you with your agents, you got 5 agents doing this. That means you've got 1,250 text leads going out. There's a great chance that you can pick up 2 or 3 deals per month. What does 2 or 3 deals per month do to your annual numbers as a loan officer? Okay, you have 5 agents who have Pre-App. Okay, they get for $19. They get all this great stuff. They also get 250 text messages. Okay, 5 agents times 250. That's 1,250 text messages going out. Do you think of those people looking at houses, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 deals in there? The answer, guys, is yes. This is the behavior of top producing loan officers. I see this shit all the time. What would 2, 3, 4, 5 deals do to your overall numbers? It would be transformative to your business. Okay, and it would be transformative to anybody's business. I just picked up 5 new deals from doing this. So you're bringing value to your agents. You're bringing more value to your Listing Booster account. We haven't even scraped the surface of what Pre-App 1003 can do, but we just found a couple of new ways that you can market it. So these are all really, really great ideas. So, I find this totally exciting. I will tell you this, though. If this webinar came across as a little disjointed, it's because we are literally just figuring out strategies on the fly. And rather than us do this behind the scenes, you're actually watching us figure out how to implement this together. We will be doing this strategy again. It will come across a hell of a lot more clean. But we know from all these avenues, by combining them, they're all successful in and of their own right. So combining them is just going to make everything a little bit tighter and easier. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you guys are going to be the ones who succeed from this. I think we're wrapping up on time. TJ, do you have any closing remarks real quick? And then Drew, I'm going to give you some closing remarks as well.
I'd just say, it's what Fisher always talks about, is taking action here. I'm telling you, if you take Listing Booster, Pre-App 1003, Pre-App Agent, and you are sharing this information with your local real estate agents, there is no way that a loan officer who busts his or her rear end just a little bit can't pick up 5 to 10 new meetings every single week just sharing this information, because other folks aren't doing it. And that's what this is always about, right? It's about providing additional value that other people aren't. So just take the information you learn from these webinars, Listing Booster, Pre-App, Yelp strategy, video, all the stuff we've talked about for the last, what Brian, 6 weeks now? Take one thing, take 2 things, use it, implement it, and I promise you, you will pick up those extra 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 deals every single month, a lot faster than you think you will.
Now, Drew, do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, just real briefly, and I know on this webinar we focused on the lead generating or the lead capture aspect of of the systems. But I do want to also say that those of you that are not real familiar with Pre-App 1003, you know, that's just the beginning point. I mean, in the system, you can have credit pulled, you could look at DTI, you could calculate cash to close, issue loan approval letters, initial fees worksheets, all from your mobile device. So there's a lot more to it, which would be for a whole nother webinar. But if you guys do want more information about either product, either Pre-App 1003 or Pre-App Agent, you can go to preapp1003.com. We have some videos recorded that could walk you through the system. And then for the agent, it's preappagent.com as well. So that can give you more information about that product. Price point for Pre-App Agent, as we said earlier, is $19.99 per month, and the Pre-App 1003 system for a loan officer for a single seat user is $39 per user per month. So it's really a no-brainer as far as the price point too.
We do have one question here before we close out. Chuck says, my credit agency isn't on the list. Is there a way to still use the closing cost worksheet?
Who's your I'm curious whose credit agency is. And just FYI, we have just recently added CBC. Kroll Factual Data should be added here in a few days. They're actually owned by CBC, so they're going live too. If they're not on the list, shoot us an email, let us know who they are, and we can see about getting them added. But yes, to work a purchase scenario in the Pre-App 1003 system, you do need, part of the purchase scenario is you need the liabilities, and the liabilities come from the credit report. So it would be hard to obviously work that scenario, which is going to tell you the DTI, without the credit report being pulled. So without your credit agency in there, it's going to be difficult to run a purchase scenario. I mean, you can still capture leads, capture the data, issue a loan approval letter, you know, but as far as crunching DTI, you would need that credit report.
He says his is Credco.
Credco, you know, they're on our list, but it's still going to be a while. We're having to prioritize our integrations, and so we're getting to them. We just don't have a time frame.
One last one. We got Jim Potts. He says, what's the best way to refer the agent pre-app? Is there a link?
There is. If he has a current Pre-App 1003 account, he can log in on his dashboard. There should be a little Pre-App agent ad to the right-hand side. He can click that. Then it'll walk him through, you know, how to email out to his agents. But this is what we're going to ask. If you guys are doing that, make sure you call your agent first, and so they have a heads up that it's coming. We do not want anybody reporting those emails as spam, so that just wouldn't be good. So have the conversations, but then yes, log into your dashboard, and we have a way that could be done.
Cool. Again, guys, there's so much that Pre-App does. I love the integration. I love what we're going to be working on over the next week to really tie these two products in together. And as always, go meet us over on Mortgage Shots Kills today. We're going to have a questionnaire for everybody on Mortgage Shots Kills to see exactly where you guys are at, what you guys are doing, what you guys are looking for. So in Kills, we can go ahead and we can really focus our different training modules on what you guys are looking for. That should be up here in the next couple of hours. So Mortgage Shots, you want to go to your Mortgage Shots account. If you don't know what it is, just go to mortgageshots.com, go to Kills Coaching, give us your name and email, and we'll make sure that we get you guys in there. With that said, this was really cool. Appreciate both of you guys being on here. For me, this was a fun webinar because I saw things that I just haven't seen before. And I just look forward to tying this stuff together and buttoning it up. With that said, thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.